Out there, it's Jane from Living Skies, Coloring Creative and Vintage. And here today we're just going to do a little bit of playing. So let me see if I can find myself real quickly here on my channel. And then we can get going. I saved this because one of the most satisfying things that I ever do is taking the tape off of my watercolors. This is a watercolor I'd been working on for a little while. I'd been sitting here drawing, and I just decided to put some vegetation on it before I took it off its board. So let me just see what's going on here. I think we're here. Oh, there I am. There, that's what happens, This is all this delay stuff that goes on. You never can tell. That looks good. And yeah, and there, I can hear myself now. Great, great, great. So I'm just gonna take the tape off of this little watercolor that I've been playing on. Sorry about all the noise. I'm just trying to also get some other things organized here, because I said I was gonna do some cutting and gluing, so we'll see what happens. Anyways, this is, like I say, this is kind of the fun part. So, and I use cutting mats for to tape my watercolors down on, because they are, first of all, usually rubber or silicone, so the water doesn't affect them at all. And they're easy to clean up. I always think picture always looks so much better once you get the tape off. It's soaked a little bit in down there, but that's all right. That happens at times. So I'm happy with that. I like the way that turned out. It's obviously a fantasy style landscape. Oh, here, I should put my name on it. Here's a pit pen. My brush pit pen. What's today? The 17th? So 5, 17, 26. I used to have a short name. Now I've got my married name's kind of long, but I can get it on there. Oh no, you haven't missed any of the live stream. I just took the tape off of this watercolor that I had been playing with for a while, because it had dried up, and I put my name on it. So no, hi Lucy, nice. Thank you for stopping by. But yeah, just I play with these every once in a while and do fantasy landscapes. So I'm just going to set that off to the side. I'm kind of catching up on a lot of things I want to get off my desk. And yeah. So let's put this watercolor plate up there. I have this this coloring book that I took a couple of pages out of and sent to view. It's got some really nice oriental ladies in here, but I took a page out for myself, this one here, and I was thinking, oh, you're having lunch? Ooh, nice. Thank you very much, Lucy, for saying that. But I'm thinking I'm going to color a couple of these little ladies maybe and put them inside my oriental book. And I thought, where's the page with all the kids? This one. I thought one or two of them would look kind of cool on this page with all the kids. So I'm just going to take my clues from this page, which is some turquoise and some oranges and some yellows, happy sunny colors. And I'm going to, oh, you remember when, oh, yes, yes. Yep, she got some of that stuff just the other day. So I thought, well, I'll color some of this while I'm talking. I think I'm going to get out my alcohol markers. I'm going to remove this little soft bit and just put a piece of paper under there instead. One of these. So it doesn't necessarily go through, or if it does go through, it doesn't make any difference. And pull out my boo-boos, like Dean always says. Ooh, out of my big cupboard behind me here. There we go. I haven't knocked too much else on the floor. Oh! Really? I didn't see that. I saw her doing some opening, but I didn't see when the postman actually got to her door. So that's very cool. So let me just see here. Yeah, there it is. I got a bunch of different colors in here. BR 107, I think I want. Now this has got some oh-hoo-hoos, and I got a couple of art and flies in here. Maybe that one is gone. BR1, BR139. I think this is 107. This one really, the numbers came off the top. See if I got some. Yeah, that's kind of what I want. I don't think I want the girl with the axe. I think I'll do this one down here. The one that's dancing with the flowers. I'll work on that. So how you doing, Lucy? I hope you're doing well. I can quickly get this all colored, because you never want to glue anything in your collage books and then color it. So I'm just going to quickly color this with my alcohol markers. And it's not that big, so it shouldn't take me too long. There's her little hand. And I have some smaller tipped alcohol markers also. She's got another hand in here. I don't see any. And it had some of this nice greeny blue in that. Oh, that one looks like it might be drying up. Let me see. I think I'm going to set this aside and see if I can refresh it using that was Chris Clues, and I never know if I say that right. Hi, Joanne, how are you? Yes, they are very cute images. I'm coloring one to put in my quickly coloring one to put in my Asia book. Cut it out and put it in my Asia book. Glue it down. So let me just get a few more colors out here. R10. I want to use some of the pink. I want to use that PB7 because that's a color in there. And there was a nice coral pink R1. And we'll get some vermilion, R2, there we go. I have some R10. I'm going to take some R9 also. And what shall I do her hair in? Should I do the little bit of hair that she's got in black? Maybe black and gray. So 120 black, 1107 dark gray. There's Chris. Yes, I saw that Chris did something with her alcohol pens to rejuvenate them, and I'm going to have to go back and watch that and see if I can do that with this one. There we go. Joanne. So if have I missed anybody then? Joanne, Chris, Lucy. I think I've got everybody now. Okay. So here we go. I picked out some colors. I'm going to put this in my Oriental book, which I've got, and I thought I'd put on this page somewhere. I'm thinking maybe up here. So I want to color her, and then cut her out and stick her in. Yes. See, it came up for me. Perfect. It was perfect timing, actually. I saw that, I think it was last night or early this morning. I can't remember. Anyways, let's try and see if I can make this rose look a little 3D. Get this nice and wet for a bit. And that's my R10, and I'm going to take my R9 and just do a little on the tips. And let that blend in. There we go. She's got some little flames or feathers coming out of the top of her head there, and that fan. So the fan, I think I'm going to take this R1 Coral Pink, my R2, and it's going to look really clashy, I know. But by the time I get her stuck in my book, I think it'll look pretty good. So let's color the opposite ones, each color, to give it somewhat of a shaded 3D effect. Yep, we're both in Saskatchewan, Joanne and I. We've met up a couple of times. She's a beautiful lady and a good friend. And we have to get together and have some coffee again soon, Joanne. But anyways, oh yeah, so let's talk about what I've been up to while I'm doing this. As you might know, I've been taking some art lessons, I guess. It's more of a group art thing, and we get together and kind of attempt to do different things. I've done some watercolors, I've shown you that, and right now, these last couple of weeks, I've been working on an acrylic painting, and I'm having lots of fun with that. Yes, it is snowing here today. Last weekend, people were out in their shorts. That's what happens when you live in Saskatchewan. But we expect to get lots of sunny weather shortly after this. And the snow certainly isn't sticking around, at least not since I last looked out the window. It seems to be all melting as soon as it hits the ground, which is fine. That just means less watering. Ooh, that's not bad. 31 centigrades. I like that weather. We get that here in the middle of summer and hotter. Right, Joanne? That's, yeah, minus 40 to plus 40. That's Saskatchewan. Okay, let's see. I should put some of the clothes with this and then kind of see if I can let it, use this other end. There, that's better. And then I'll bring some of that dark color in at the bottom to meld in. I don't have to worry too much about staying inside the lines because I am going to cut out. And I can go over some of this other stuff with darker outlines. Just want to see if I got all in the right spots. There. I like to lie in the sun on occasion. Oops. Let's just miss that part right there. I do enjoy that, but I need to have a pool or something to jump into just to refresh myself on occasion. There. Oh, that's better. Ooh, I think that's her little hand right there that I missed. Let me just fix that. Oh, that one's hard to open. There, that's better. That's better. I'm gonna work a little bit on her hair. I'll finish backing it up with the gray. That's why I'm leaving some of those spaces. That's her hair, I think. And back there, that looks like ribbon. This could be your hair. I think that's what that is. And then she's got some hair up here and down by her face. Ooh, this pen looks like it might be running out too. It feels like it anyways. There, that's not bad. Here. Yeah. Back that up with the gray. Yeah, you guys keep talking. If you're talking to me, put in caps, and then I'll catch it quicker. I'm trying to try and get this done fairly quickly, and then we can glue it in. That Oriental book. There we go. I need some of this blue. Yep, that's gonna be some of these things, I think. Yes. Might have to do that. Don't worry about the fine points on that baby right there. Do that. did I get another? This one, R2, is the vermilion. Yes. Do this. It likes this. Huh? These are difficult to see which one is which, but we'll mix them up. Hi, Carrie. Nice to see you. Thanks for joining. So I should use the other end on this right now. I'm just coloring this real quick because then I want to cut it out and put it in my Oriental collage book, my Oriental art journal, I guess you could call it. Art journal collage. Just, you know, something to play in. I'm going to have to kind of make her a little blocky when I cut her out with the ribbons and everything with the white, but I can fix that afterwards. Also, once I have it on the page, by covering it up a bit, put some blue in there, put some over here, up there. I should put some pink and that coral back in here. Do that on those. That there. There we go. Oop, forgot. A little bit there, a little bit there. I could put some gold pen on it too. I think I'm going to give her some brown eyes. There we go. Where's my pens? Here. Silver and gold pens. Thanks, Joanne. Yeah, I just got on at 2 o'clock, so I have to start posting these things a little earlier than just like hours before. Because part of that's my fault too. When I just don't really pay attention, and I should, and then post things, you know, a few days ahead of time would probably work better. But there you go. It's just the way it is. And I'm not sure what all these things are, but I just want to give her some bling before I cut her out. Or a little heart shape here and there. Like I said, I was being kind of messy. I wasn't really paying much attention to the lines, but I think when she's glued down, she's going to look pretty nice. So I'm going to take my good scissors. Hear all my pens rolling around there. I think I need to give her just a little bit more here, not just the white. There, that's better. More bling. There we go. Yeah, I like that. I like that. That'll do. So there she is. Just going to give her a quick cut out. Now, as I said, these were coloring page images. You got a couple out of this book. These ones are a little more in the anime style. You have the pretty ladies. And I'm going to glue this baby in with a few other items. So just let me do some really quick fussy cutting here. I'm not going to cut out all the ribbons, but I am going to try and cut pretty close to most things. Doo-doo. And I've always found that barely closing your scissors and moving the paper is the best way. These are my favorite scissors. No one else gets to use these, you know. You know how it is. Yeah, I'm trying to do 2 o'clock Central Standard on Sundays as a regular thing now, because that seems to work out better with my schedule. Don't know how it works out with everybody else or that, but you know, I guess I can only stream when I can stream. So there we go. Thanks, View. I'm putting them on the children's page. I'll pull that out in just a sec, and then we'll glue this little girly down. She doesn't take too terribly long to color. And then I've got some magazine pages, but this is something I wanted to get done because I've been thinking about her, or one of them anyways, coming off that page and into my book. And I might yet color the rest of them and stick them in there too. Now I'm just trying to go close to the lines. You know, I'm not cutting every little bit of ribbon, because I don't really care if the white background shows. It'll disappear by the time I'm done with it. Because I can always take my pens and go in and color it based on where I put it on my page. And I'm probably holding this way out of sight. You can't see a darn thing I'm doing. Yeah. So she's coming along. She's almost done. There we go. So what's up? What is also my up to? Oh, yes. So I was talking about my little art class that I'm taking. So I'm enjoying that. I've got an acrylic painting that I'm working on, and I'm really excited. It's gotten to canvas now, and I've left it there to be ready for next class. And I'm just going to take a little sip of my juice here, my lemon pop. There we go. Move that out of the way. Grab my golden. Yeah, there it is. That lid's a little tight. So I did get the Liquitex, and I guess I'll try it. My golden, I'm gonna have to fix the lid. Let me just get these back in my little bag and out of my way. And I'll bring the book out. Put my swatches back there. These little ones are handy, just to kind of keep tucked in your bag. I'm terrible when swatches are like in a book or something. I don't tend to pull them out. I do have my watercolor swatches in view when I've got them, because they're on smaller cards. I'll just zip up my ooh there, ooh, like you says. Now, I have, where's my little lid? Where's my little lid that I put my glue and stuff in? I don't know, you guys you didn't come in at the beginning. I'll let you look at that for a second. I untaped all of that from my watercolor board to go with some of my other watercolor paintings. And well, that's crazy. Nope, not in there. Thank you, Joanne. I thought I had my other thing out. Oh, so sorry, guys. I'm just wandering around over here. Don't know what I'm doing. Well, I'll just take a little bit out of my jar directly, because I don't need very much. So I'm going to put this over here. I'm going to bring this person. There she is. Bring my book up here. This is the page I want that little lady to go on, and then we'll cut out some more magazine images. But I thought she'd be kind of cool. Okay, I like her there. Now, I know you guys know Beth. This is from Beth Schuler. She made this for me a long time ago. And she has a little pride of place in the pocket right there. And I think I'm going to put this little lady. See, none of these are all, these guys are down. Yeah, these guys are down permanently there. There's no edges. There's a little bit of edge I could put underneath the envelope there. I like her there because that brings that blue in. Right about there, I think. What do you think? Yeah, she did. She makes lots of kokeshis, and these were sent like one of her very early ones, but she makes some pretty fancy ones now. I tell you, I saw some in her book. Thanks, Lucy. Yeah, I think that'll work. So let me just get my spatula. Here it is. My spatula. Still got a little bit of glue on it. But that's easy enough to take off. There we go. Doesn't need to be perfect. I just need to make sure most of it's off the tip. I'll give this one a little bit of a shake. Not too much because I don't really want a lot of bubbles. So I'm just going to do a back and forth more than a shake it all up. More than a shake it, baby. Shake it all, baby. Twist and shout. Twist and shout. This one still has the safety on. Yep. Still has the safety cover on. Oh, there we go. Put that in the garbage down there. I do have a little garbage down there. And I'm just, put this back on. Don't need to have the whole big glop on. This is nice because it's got the little hole. So I'm just going to put a little tiny bit there. Because I don't want to put a whole bunch on. And then I'll put just this. This is just to kind of stick her down. Come here, girl. There she is. And just put some of this on here because the gel pen is water soluble, so I don't really want to spread the gold in that too much. But I'm going to see if I can just spread it nicely on top of her. And then I'll get my little credit card to tightly put it down. Yeah, I'm being a little fussy and finicky, but just bear with me. There. I think that's going to look good. I do see some of the gold coming off, so I got to be careful. Put that over there. And then I'll take my collection of, from my collection, assorted collection of cards, and just finish making sure that it's down. Okay. Stick my nose in there so you can see my big nose, eh? I'm trying to see over top of her here. Make sure I've got... Because I'm kind of using the reflection of the glue with it being wet to help me out. A little bit of a bubble there. But I think that's good. We'll let her dry for a little bit. Ooh, the cat lady and dog man, good, good. I think I've almost got them done, actually. So, I'm just gonna take my blow dryer, my heat gun. Close your ears for just a second, okay? Hold on, here we go. Okay, good enough for now. We're just gonna leave her be. I don't want to take all my time drying her, but I think that that's gonna be good for now. She's not gonna go anywhere. So yeah, so this is my little Asian journal, but I've got a lot of different boxes of things in here, and I want to find some books to put them in because I want to get them out of my boxes and get them in my books. So I've got my Asian book, which I'm just going to set over here. I have my man journal. Now I don't know if you've all seen my man journal before. This is a photo album that I picked up. I think it was like $2 at the thrift store. I'm going to put something in here at some point. I thought this would be so good to have like a an album that went this way instead of that way. So I'm starting to do it this way. I liked the inside cover. And this is my man journal. So it's hard to display on camera because it's so long now. But this is my first page and it said go big or go home. And I've got like an astronaut. Just this, I kind of rubbed that a little bit too hard. And I have not put a finish on top of it either. So this is still paper. But yeah, just changed out Superman's head. He's lifting pizza. Just a kind of a little opinionated book about men. This is my my sports page. I've got a couple of ball players down here. Football, another baseball player. Basketball, playing with the baseball though, and a weightlifter, but he's fun. Yeah, this is fun. And then let me see, I have one more. Oh yeah, this is my computer one, and then we have like an airplane up there, and then just things that I thought that would be fun, more than just a pretty interface. I think this is Charles Darwin, actually. I stuck in the middle of the computer screen. So, yeah, I thought this would be a fun one. I've got lots of backgrounds ready, so maybe we can do a page in here. Oh, I've got some here that I need to glue down. I think this is the drinking page. Or no, the after office hours page. Kind of. Oh, it is, isn't it though, Carrie? And I have to laugh. Like this is a cigarette ad, and I cut up bodies and heads and put them together. And maybe I can do a bit of that today, but none of these. This one's kind of glued down. He still has the Surgeon General's warning on his head. He still isn't down, and this guy isn't down yet. Neither is the glass of beer, but we'll maybe work on one that we can do together. And I think those are the only ones that I've got. Oh, I got this one. This is my dancing. Oh yes, fire dancing. They're hot. He was hot back then. He's still not too bad now. You know, Puss in Boots. So, but yeah, you can see where I start these from. I just stick all sorts of paper down, different receipts. This is for you, View. This is like some of the things that I sent you. Here's an old unemployment. Picked this up in I think it was a yard sale. They had just a whole bunch of different papers, and I said, well, do you mind if I take them? So, Unemployment Insurance Commission, 1951, this man's number. That's there. And some of them, this one I put some paint and stain on. This one I haven't done anything on. I could paint on. This one, oh yeah, I surrounded with icy pictures, so I have to figure out what I'm going to do with that. See, I've done, so yeah, they're in different stages. Need a head for this guy. He's going to be a chef, one of my cooking pages. But yeah, a lot of them I've got started like with different color schemes and just, see where it all goes there. So I've got that. I've got my Oriental book, and then I've got my Un-Naturalia book that we can play in. But I thought what I do is I pull up the box. A box of stuff that I've been looking to put some books and or maybe get rid of the actual image. Okay, here's the kind of before. That's the man journal too. Oh yes. Oh yes. Here's some stuff for the man journal. So I have, now this one's already cut out. So since I have it out here, let's see what we can do. That's already cut out. I'll bring my box over here. So I get, if I get little cardboard boxes like this, and then I will throw things in there, and I can store the boxes away. And, I think I took it for on television, but I thought some of these things might be fun in the man journal. I have a little robot there. That looks like a family outing. I thought that was an interesting picture. We're just going to sit those there for now. Oh yes, oh yes. Men through the ages, cavemen. This would make some great hair. I need a head to fit that hair. Here's more cavemen. Puffins. I'm going to set that down there. That's a bear chewing his way through some bars. This could be interesting. Cut that, just that out. Mousetrap. Maybe on the love page? Could I change these to little hearts or something? I don't know. Okay, here's some faces. This is upside down. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, yes. Bodybuilder. There's a goalie. I could, oh yeah, I can probably, that's Wayne. That's Wayne from a long time ago. But I can, oh yes, very easily use both sides of this in the man journal. Okay, right now we got a lot of celebrity faces. These are great. Faces like this are great to take their eyes, steal their eyes, steal their lips, and then add them to animal faces. That's what I like to do. That's what I do with a lot of my larger animal things. This is kind of fun. I might do a person jumping. Oh, definitely money. Oh, that could go on my computer page easily. That I don't know. Oh, that almost looks like a dragon's eye, doesn't it? This absolute mango. Just checking to see if there's Henry Cavill. Wow, it's been a little while since I've seen him. I've also got these on the talk about bowls. We'll see. These are all possibilities. Might take some of their faces. Oh, he's a cutie, isn't he? Might take some of their faces, their eyes, and put them on cats or other animals instead of the ladies. I don't know why all these ladies ended up here, but it might have just been handy dandy at the time, but that's fine. I had all the men in there too. And it's always interesting to have different body shapes, make things happen. Gifts, gift sack. That could be good. Man. You do some titting. Oh, well, thank you, Lucy. Yeah, it is, and that's why I need to go through it all and just kind of decide to make a page with something here, because they had set all this aside. Oh, that's a good one. Maybe I'll find one of them for the men. You know how they think sometimes, how they are. And like I said, I gotta check both sides of these pages here. That's kind of an interesting thing. I have a whole bunch of these girls with lamps on their heads. I'm gonna do like a bigger board with them yet. Oh, that's a good guy picture. Love that face. Don't need her. Might need him. Oh yes, we got some, ooh, the man report. Ooh, that might make the front cover there. Guys cry. Man, you'll see I kept a whole bunch of silly things like this, and it's fun, I think, to actually forget about what you've got in here and then come back and find them later, and I get all sorts of ideas. All these ladies are lovely, but they're not what I'm looking for at the moment. No. Need that. Christina. I have another idea with a bunch of bubbly things too. Oh, I love those shoes, don't you? Love those shoes. I don't know. I don't think they're going to be in the guide journal though, but I might need your face. I like key. Oh, there's a good thing. See, here's some other ephemera. Oh yes, men doing housework. Yeah, here we go. Here's some of the ones I knew I had in here. Jackie Chan and his got milk. That is great shape to put in there. Young man with doing his caddying job, I would think. I like him. Some of that I could cut out, even just that as a game board. Oh, those look cute too. Let's see. Those there. Oh, yep. Football guy. Oh, see, board game pieces. Cars. Ooh. There we go. Hammer. Guys climbing a mountain. Sketchers. We'll find something to do with these. For sure. Basketball. That's a good one. Running guy. Oh my gosh, I got lots in here. Maybe I should just stop for a minute. That's getting into more ladies. Yeah, and some of the backgrounds. Let's just put these here. I certainly have more than enough. Whoops. On my desk at the moment. And let's see what I can find to put together and cut out. And I know where a couple of things go that I wanna try. So this here, and you can go there. We're gonna talk about some of these. See, I'd love to. Where's one of those big head guys? His head's not big enough. But I kept a picture of. Didn't I? This guy. Not like this guy. You know, he might not be the one, but you know, something like that I could put on someone's head. I think it would be funny. Anyways, these ones I know where I kind of want to go. have all, might have to cut it down. So just cut out some characters that'll live by themselves for a little while. That's kind of scary, because you know who that is. That's Jack. My goodness, that's Jack. There we go. So, he's going to come over here. Not sure. I'd love to cut them out as a couple almost. I'm going to save him. I'm gonna save him. I'm gonna save them for a minute. There, the hammer I want to cut out. This is a Gatling gun elastic band shooter. Okay. This one I probably want to cut out. Yeah. And we'll cut out some of these. We'll cut out this car. I love this shape. We'll see, maybe some of these tokens will go somewhere. He's a good shape. He's a good shape. Like I said about that, we can cut a few of these out while we chat. I like him. He will look good in my book. See this guy with the hair. Where'd it go? There it is. Kind of like that, except I think I'd cut it up a little bit more so I could see his eyes. But that would be fun. The man report, we're just going to stick these words over here for now. Man manual. Jacqueline. Guys cry. He's always stoic. He's going to pick them there, them there. I think you could get over there. You two, not sure about these birds. We'll see what'll happen with them. This will make a great pocket, fold out something, put it somewhere. But not yet. Not yet. Not yet. Not yet. That can be there. Maybe a big thumbprint. So I've kind of narrowed it down a little bit more as to what I'm going to do. I'm going to set these guys aside. See, I went through the pile I knew I wanted to use. These are the things I could probably put in fairly quickly. And I'm just going to see if I can find a page to maybe work on. That blue page might be interesting. Where's that one? Right here. Right here. What if I used that guy? I might use her, but not here. But I'm gonna take his face. Maybe something else can land on his tongue or sit on his tongue. But we'll see. We also have the grinder. So what I'm gonna do. You're with the tour still, view? Good. I'm just gonna do, just do a quick kind of outline on this guy. Nothing too drastic. So I can get an idea of where he's gonna be. And then I save all these lovely little fairy girls too, because I might use them somewhere else. So I'm thinking he might be good down here, down near the bottom. And this grinder can maybe be good up near the top. And I'm sorry you can't see it, but I'll put it sideways. This might be easier for you. I think I can still orientate myself. Put the grinder near top, and so it kind of, things might fall that way. Birds would fit the color scheme. So I'm just going to pull my stash out here. Let's see. What can we put on this page? Could we put a big key on there? I don't know that it would make any sense. He's not going on there. And that's not going on there, and that's not going on there, and that wouldn't make any sense. Now Jackie could be swinging, so I'm just going to stick him there for a minute. The golf boy wouldn't make any sense. The Monopoly game doesn't make any sense. Or does the football guy. But I could... Let me see. So there's all those signs, and then there's those. But I don't think so yet. I don't think so yet. T's for 2. That's the car. Still have to figure out where I'm going to put him. I've got all these little caveman pictures, and this is for the love nest, and this is the money guy, and that's the computer guy. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to glue these in permanently, but I do think I want this guy on this page. So what I like to do is, and he's not cut out completely, but this is about as much space this is going to take up, so I've just tucked him down there in the corner down here. This is Elmer's glue stick. Don't need a lot, and I'm just going to put a dab kind of in the back of this. Put it on there for now, and then I can play with it, and it'll stay basically where I want. This kind of too, I think I'm going to stick on here. This guy. And he's not, well, he's more perfectly cut out, but I might want to put something underneath the edge, so I don't want to put too much glue. Again, just stick it down so that it'll stay in the page for you. Sometimes it doesn't like to stick too easily, especially when I've got the gel matte medium. And that's what all of this has been stuck down with, is the gel golden medium. Thirsty. So let's cut out Jackie. Don't think I'm gonna cut out his hand and cut out that part, but I think I'm gonna leave that to about there. And I'm going to keep the helicopter for another day possibly. I'm also going to cut the rope ladder away from underneath his arm. And this one I'm cutting a little closer because I want to. And I'll show you how to kind of but make some of the inner areas disappear. And I wanted to cut this pretty close because I'd like to keep this helicopter for maybe something else. And this is a great dynamic body shape too to be playing with. This is feet up in the air. It's got a bottle of milk right there that I'll add, keep in the picture. I could always add the splatters back. Now, if I was gonna use more of this picture, I probably wouldn't cut it like this. I would just fussy tear. Get that piece off his foot. Which blends in, the edges blend in much better than the cut edges do. But I don't mind the cut edges. On my pictures. Sorry, I'm holding my breath and cutting. There we go. I keep forgetting I have to keep it out here so that you guys can kind of see what I'm doing. I was going to, now this part around his milk, yeah, around the milk. I'm just gonna do it a little looser. There we go, that's better. I'll fix that part up later. There we go. And just slowly close your scissors as you get further along your edge and turn your paper. Hold your scissors where it's comfortable. There we go. You got a big foot. Oh, I can hear sirens in the distance. Outside, of course. Up here. Oh, I'm getting an itchy nose. And I'm just going to take this ladder. I'll take it down to here for now. No, that's cutting it off actually there. So I'm going to take it just up to past his elbow where this knot is. And he'll still look like he's hanging from something. There we go. Ooh, we'll just get these pieces out of the way. This is my helicopter. I'm just going to stick him with that over there. Well, if we put Jackie up in this place, he's going to really interfere with that. But I might have a better place for him. Let's see. He might deserve a board of his own. Oh, we should look for a head for that guy, too. Interesting. I think I'm gonna like him on a different color though. Let's see what's going on up here. That's my sports one. I'm gonna add that one piece to here too. Oh, Well, the milk kind of helps. Eat well. Could we do a diet thing on that page, maybe? A man diet? Yeah, I think so. Let's put him here for now. Eat healthy. And we'll just stick again. Now, if I want to cut out this, I would actually cut up along his sleeve, around his arm, back down around his head again. But I'm not going to cut that out yet, because I'm just going to stick that in there, like so. There. See where that gets us. You finished now cleaning and watching the fun. Ah, thank you. Thank you, Carrie. Now, where did that computer one go that I said I wanted to use? Right here. That one. Oops, Jackie, get back in there. Like I said, that glue isn't permanent, but it does make it stay. My computer one is right in here. So you see, I just get images that go with different themes that I'm working on. Your theme can be anything. You can have a color theme. You can have a seasonal theme, right? You can have a holiday theme. And right now, this is my man theme. And I'm putting things on here that may or may not reflect your opinions about men. Sometimes they may or may not reflect my opinions about men. But it's supposed to be fun. So, no harm done. Especially no harm done for them to be the butt of the joke every once in a while. Okay, just get that past there. Get you over there. Do I need you for anything? Can Google doom a date? Maybe I should steal those words. Anyways, put them up here. Because the other thing is you can always choose just the words. I can change Google out to be something else if I wanted to. Just want to finish this, and then we'll put this down with a little bit of my Liquitex on my spatula. Now, if I was going to do a lot of gluing, like if I had, like, while I was working on my backgrounds, I do have a plate or a bowl that I put my glue in and pick up from there, rather than from the squeeze top or the jar itself. Just find it makes for easier playing. There we go. All right. Well, it's better than wearing a straitjacket is what that says. Not sure exactly where I want it to be. Ooh. Is that the right way? Yeah, it is though. Yeah, it is. I like that. I'm holding it. Let me just see if I can look at it this way. Be better this way. I know that's not, you would usually have, no, it has to be this way because the lock would have to hang down. I like that. What do you think? I do like that there. It's just adding, you keep building and building. Okay, where'd my Liquitex go? Right behind me. My spatula is my spatula. I had it. I know I did. Got my glue. It's probably hiding underneath there. Nope. How do you lose a bright blue spatula? You bury it underneath papers and all sorts of things, which is probably what I've done. Well, I'm not going to worry about it now. I can find it in a little bit. I've got other things I can spread glue with. But, and then I have to use my credit card anyways. So I'm just going to use this actually to make that crease there, because it's going to fold. It's just as I get there too. I sent it to you in your happy mail. Yep. Now this is a little bit bigger picture, so ooh, I'm going to stick that down there. I'm going to put some of it there, some of it there. It's alright, it'll all squirt out from and around this. There we go. And I don't mind. Come on, hand. You were up there. I knew I'd left it up, left it like that for a reason. The rest of them's glued down. I left his hand there for a reason. I knew it. There, that's better. Oh, careful, careful. And magazine images love to stretch, so be gentle with them. That's how he got all that gray taken off him. But what I do with him, will do with him or that shirt later on, is I will go over it with some alcohol markers. Just want a little bit of glue on there, because otherwise this card will just rip this magazine paper because it is thin. That's one of the disadvantages using fashion magazines or a lot of that kind of stuff. It's the paper is very thin and easy to tear. Take that. And I'm trying to be really gentle with this one because I don't want it to tear. But I can see his hands gluing down better now. And so is that back bit. There, like it. Alrighty. Okay. That has to dry a little bit. So I'm just gonna take him, put him down for a minute. Where's my Un-Naturalia book? That is too. Let's go back to the Oriental book. I got that right here. Oh, there it is. Oh. This one's another kind of sideways style book. I had to fix my Oriental book, but I think if you've watched some of my other lives, one of those pages were coming right out, so I took my good packing tape and glued it back in. So again, I've got some images. Here we go. Here it is. I've got some images that I'd like to. This is another box. I got another box. I got lots of images, that's for sure. That I want to put in somewhere. She's just too tall for this book. That's the only thing. I want to put some more of these people in here. And then I like to also get things that pour, because they look very interesting when you have people or other stuff jumping into them. But right now that's neither here nor there. Let's see what I got to choose from if I've got things to finish in here. So this was a book called Naturalia. I added that to make it Un-Naturalia, and it's a little bit of a reverse collage where I've painted a lot of stuff out on this page. Not quite as much on this page. A little bit on this page. And just trying to tie different images and things together. This one has absolutely no rhyme or reason. That's why it's probably decided to call it Un-Naturalia. Because, yeah, none of it makes any sense except for that at that moment. And then here's some pages I haven't even painted in. But some of this I just actually only glued in. Now these are pictures of abandoned areas, so like these is actually part of the picture. And everything else I put in, so yeah. My dog hotel, I think this one's finished. I haven't finished with this one yet. Got some things to put in there, I think. Or could. Okay, well, I got lots of pages to play with. Let's just pull out more images and see where they go. This would be fun with maybe a train. Okay, and these are all, like I say, abandoned areas. I like this one. This one's a fun one with the kids that I found. Stuck them in there. They were in some other window, I think. And now they've got beings to look at. That friendly things. Watches and phones. Christina. I don't know what she's doing to that car. Oh, I know what I got. I got some. Got a couple of octopi actually right on top of this that I think would go good in here. Just filling up spaces. See how he goes. And then there's a couple here. There's a whole bunch of images. Let me just pull these little ones out. Maybe we can find a spot to put them. Little dog, cameraman, yeah, he's a good size. Might be able to fit him in somewhere. Chopsticks, a boat. Okay, oh, here's some small ones cut out. That's a purse. Chair, a kitty, another chair, some sunglasses. Let's see, this is a book that has a lot of very strange things in it. Just trying to find a few things, smaller things. Here we go. That might be fun. That's one's legs. There's a bunch of small things. Bunch of small things. All right. So how do you guys decide to do your collages? Sometimes I will do one picture, but most of the time when I'm playing with my glue and my images, I'm kind of doing it like this and kind of floating around from one page to another until the pages get to a certain point, and I say, okay, this one I think I can finish doing da 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 da, whatever it is. I don't know. I don't know. Thought he would look good in the window, maybe. Or maybe there. In the alcove. Not sure. Anyways, he's cut out. Let's get this guy a little more cut out. Not sure. Not sure if this is where I want these octopi. Squid. I have, I think, another octopi squid place. So right now we're gonna just set you guys off to the side, like so. What have we got here? I got a pink pig. That page is kind of being pinky, isn't it? I think I like it. Just want to see what else I got going here before I get too far involved in this. I might add that in there too. Some more pink. Yeah, let's go with it. Let's go with it. I like him. Here's my little glue stick right there. You do themes. Okay, well that's why I have boxes, because sometimes I don't get around to doing it so much, and if I can, I'll throw them in here. Like right now, I'm not actually putting a lot of these in permanently, except the ones you saw me go with the Liquitex. But I'll put them in like this with just a little bit of the tacky glue for now. And then if I change my mind, it's not going to be too hard to move them. But those guys can stay there with the pink flamingos. That I don't want. What is this? Oh, yeah, this is a crowd of people. It's a stage, but it's some great colors, isn't it? I was thinking I could make something out of that. Not here. Not on this page. Maybe a different page. We'll see how that goes. And then now I've got some people doing some cleaning here. So sewing. What do you think? Sewing. I'd love to put some more people on there. Those are. I've got lots of fairies on some of these pages. Oh, here's a bird. I'm going to put this, I know where I want the birds. I have a bird page here somewhere. Yes. He's another one I want to have kind of on one of these pages. So let's cut him up. My wolf, my cat, and my gnome. I'm not sure what that is. So these are things that kind of come out of that cut the 100 images, and then when I get the images that I want, sometimes you got these little bits that are hanging around, so they go in my box to kind of find a home for later on. But I really got to get some of my images like gone. I just have way too many, and it's just too much to go through. And when it gets too much to go through and it gets overwhelming, you kind of don't. Or at least I kind of don't. So narrow some of it down. Now I know some of it's due to the fact that, you know, when I first started collecting my images, I collected everything, and I didn't let the tiniest bits of paper go. But now I've gotten to the point where I realize you have to let some of those go. You can't save everything. But I do make sure I have a good recycling program for all my paper and other things that I decide not to use. Now books, if I have books, they go to the bookstore, the thrift store, because I always think someone can use them. If I don't, that one's not quite cut through. I gotta get past his nose. Come on. Past your nose. And just to that. There we go. Just to that corner there. Yeah. I try not to buy collage books. This is the only one I ever bought, was that 100 images to cut and collage, and that was when I was starting out. But I have found that sometimes I like the magazine images a lot better, and then just make up what I want, or find images in other places. Now, is that reflection a bit too much? That's the reflection from the window, I guess, that you're seeing there. So, he's on a lovely perch. I think I'm going to put him up there. Make it look like the perch is part of that. Hey. Just a big bird cage. I'm lonely in a gilded cage. I'm trying to make it look like his perch is actually part of the bird cage. There we go. I like that. Let's see what else I got that I threw in these little images. I got a little pig. A little pig. Well, I got that other pig back here. Yeah, why not? I'm going to do a quick fussy. Yeah. Because he's not too hard to do. I'm not going to try and cut out his tail. Cut his legs. Cut down to there. Cut across his toes. Get that out of the way. Up his leg to his snout. Up this leg to his body. Turn the paper. Find the cut edge. There we go. Up this leg. Cross here. Up this leg. Do. And then across his body to there. There we go. Like that. Don't fall. Thought I could put him on the table, but I don't think I can. So we'll put him down here on the floor. Kind of over here, I think. He's going to kind of be half on the dog part, half on the coral. We'll keep building these things up and see what happens. Get down there, you. There we go. Hi, Christina. Nice to see you. Sorry if I missed you coming in. I've just had my nose in here looking for things. I kind of like them, but I don't know if I want them in that picture. Okay, let's see what else I got in this little stash here. What have I got? A big avocado. I'd love to put a face or something in that. But right now, I don't think I have anything. There's kind of like a spirit in blues. See, I've got a couple of these. These are some cards that I had found in a thrift store with a bunch of different images on it, and I thought they were kind of cool, and I've been adding them here and there to my book. That might look pretty cool right there. So I'm just going to take off, and you can see I'm going to take off that because that's just an extra ply to the picture, or to what the card was. And you can see you can take off the image pretty easy, and it's nice and thin. So I'm just going to do a little more fussy ripping now that it's smaller, a little closer to the body of what I see here. Right here. Right here. Down and over and up and over, like so. There we go. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this guy right in the middle of here. For now. Just start building on a possible picture of what's going on inside that arch. I could be painting this later too. Got a little boy with his face in this opposite page. So let me see. I got this is an old cigarette card. That's what these are. I'm just gonna close the book on him for a minute. Some of these are fun to put in the pictures as small editions, especially since these pictures are so empty. See, I did a lady with phones, put a tiger in the window. Here's a old car, bunch of old cars. That one might be fun in there. I don't know. Too ordinary. Too ordinary. I think I'm going to set that aside for now. I got a stamp. I got a couple of people doing strange things. See, that's from that 1001 Images, I think it's called, to cut. Oh, here's just some paper. Put that down there for now. Oh, more coral. Yeah, I knew I had some of that. Back to this page. I like that one. She's going down the drain. Might not get anything else added to that. This way. There it is. Drop someone's boxer shorts. Okay, here's some things that I can plant in here. That's what I want to do. Because I had a lot of them. There. Butterfly. Another pink. That looks like a petri dish. It's round. There are all these things. I wanted to kind of make a garden. There we go. There we go. Not sure if that's going to go in there or not. Let's just move all you guys over here for now, and then we'll cut you out. I was thinking this might make a good vase for one of these things too. So we'll see. A lot to cut out there. That one maybe not. Put you there. Put the doggies there. Where's my scissors? As usual, not close. The little ephemera. EPHEMERA ephemera. Like the radio. Alrighty, let me see. So I wanted to just do a little more of these and figure out what I'm going to do with them, because I would like to put a whole bunch of them on this page. My pink, the pink coral floaty page. So, cut most of those away when I do my, because I do want to cut some serrated edges in here. Cut as close to you can in our normal line, and then just snip. Snip. That one didn't go quite as far. He should come out. There we go. Anybody else hanging on? Nope. There. The rest I don't think I want to do, but I want to get down to that guy. Snip that one out. You don't have to do them all, but if you do a couple of them, it gives you the better look, I think. Do that one right there. Big scissors do work. I just have to make sure I keep putting them out here so you can see what I'm doing. That came off, and then I'll just do a little down this edge here so it looks frayed, because I'm thinking I'm going to put this one on the darker side, so because it's such a light pink, it'll show up, this being the darker side. See, I could have painted all of that out, but all I did was paint it white. I didn't paint it with color. I probably should have done that, something like what Miss View has done. My twin sister. Right? Yes, you do have that cigarette card. I sent you one of those too, yes. You never know where these things will end up. And they're just fun to hold on to. So yeah, so he's going to come in here somewhere, maybe underneath that piggy. But for now, let's get another one. Get this one cut out pretty quick. I think I'm going to put this one on the white side because he's a little brighter pink, so it'll show up. So I don't need to be so fussy. Go. Here. So I hope everybody's enjoying their Sunday. You know, give yourself some time to do some things for yourself, eh? I think this one, put that down there, kind of like part of that flower. Here's a good one. Ooh, maybe that should sit in there. That would be interesting. See, I've got something there too to cover up that. Here we go. Just going to get a little closer around all of these. I think I'm going to get really close when I'm cutting this. So I'm going to do all close around along the top. Get as close as I can down here for now. Get that out of my way. Oh, you'll get back to it again, View. I imagine it's your shoulder that's giving you a hard time, so you know, you'll get back to it. Believe me, the paper always waits. It doesn't run away. It does not run away. But it's been a little while since I worked in my glue books. Or made any dolls, so I thought today would be a good day to do that. The wind is blowing and it's snowing, in case you hadn't heard. Last week We had shorts on. I was looking through my summer clothes just to find something that wasn't so hot to wear. I really did want to put the air conditioning on. It was unseasonably warm last week, that's for sure. May long weekend, which is this weekend for us. This is the Victoria Day weekend, where we celebrate Queen Victoria's birthday. It's not really her birthday, but it is the day that they proclaimed that we could do so. There, got that one out. Did that one pretty good. See if I can get in here. Anyways, so I got tomorrow off too. So we'll see what happens. We've got both Dee Dee and Janet that stream tomorrow. So I don't really like interfering on their times or crowding their times. But if I can get some in tomorrow, I will too. I have to say I'm really excited to see what View's gonna do with all of her goodies that I sent her. Now, some of you may not have realized it, but I mentioned to View after I saw that was out that those dyed papers that she got. So she's got kind of like those cherry red papers, and then she got some pink ones. And so there was some darker red, some pinker ones, and then there was some blue ones. The red and the pink are from avocado pits and peels that you boil and then reduce, and then I take everything out, and you can use it straight away and immerse papers in it. I have a great big tray that I can do that in, and I love doing it in the summertime because I can stick all of them in my greenhouse and not worry about them blowing away. Now, View, you can do that too in your she shed. And it wouldn't matter if it was hot in there or not. You could just hang them all up. That greenhouse where I put my stuff is blisteringly warm in the summer, but it's great for drying papers. And then what I do when I'm done, and I usually have still dye left over, is I'll put it in a canning jar and keep it in my fridge. And I've got actually a jar of each color there. That looks pretty good, doesn't it? I've got a jar of each color in my fridge right now. So that might be good. We'll see how that comes along. Put the pig in front, that there. That, or I put it over here. And here. I'll have to cut a slit in the top of this yet. Or, actually, be better if this was built up behind the dog a bit. Here. Put that there. That come out. That can go there. I want to kind of fill up the areas more than anything else. Keep them balanced. There, get rid of those. Alright, more cutting. You're doing a video. Yeah, yes, there is. You do that, you know, and I cut up the cabbage is the one that's fun because it's the red cabbage that you buy. And then you just take a big, you know, use it for your salads or your coleslaw or whatever. Use it up, eat some of it. You don't need a lot. Just add in water and boil it, and you'll end up with a blue. It'll all leach all of its color out, and it's all blue. It doesn't look blue until it gets on the paper, though. So let's get some of this gone. Here's another kind of weird looking. Not sure if this was supposed to be coral or. I think it's supposed to be coral. Sometimes it looks almost like something that should be in your body. Or maybe not. I'm holding my breath. Oh, cut that one a little bit too close, but that's all right. That's not a big deal. By the time these are all done, those little bitty mistakes mean nothing. And I happen to like the Chinese philosophy that nothing is perfect. And therefore, never 100%. Okay, that one's kind of cool. Might go there. I was thinking it looked like a chair leg or something. You know, like it should frame around something. Maybe like that. I'll put it down. Internal organ, yes, internal organs. Isn't it funny how we all forget our words when we get on here? I think I like it there. Anyways, more of these. So I don't know, maybe cutting things up like this is a little boring, but you let me know. I'm allowed to be boring every once in a while, I guess. I've been doing lots of coloring. I got my page done for Piggy Pens for the first collab in the Emily Liedel Oberg Fantasy World book. Got that one done. I've done a couple of others in that book. I feel okay doing any of the mermaids in there because that's not a section I had picked. So this month, that is working out really good for me. I still have one more page I'd like to do in there. I got my page done for the Japanese Korean coloring group color along. Well, it's not a group color along, it's a hashtag, I should say. And with the prompts from ASIC Fumbles. This month was Wet and Wild. I like that on the dark. I want to put it on the flat somewhere. We'll put it down here. Oh, maybe there. That's better flat. in there. In there. Anyways, so yeah, so the theme was wet and wild. And, oh, this is a sticker. Okay, I like my stickers really close, so I'm going to stick this in. I'm going to cut it close and then take it off the sticker backing. Anyways, so it was wet and wild, and then there was a couple of prompts, one of them being mermaid, picnic, hat, ladybug, and I think that was it. Anyways, I colored a picture from A Story of Precious Cats by Naoko Nickel. And it was the scene of the cats fishing off a log. The boy cat and the little baby cat Chico, and they're fishing off of a log with a rusty pail for their fish behind them, and a rusty pail for their fish behind them, and a can of worms. What else did they have? That was pretty much it. But they both had their summer fishing hats on, which was good. And just trying to figure out where I want to place this sticker. Because I am going to stick it down. I think I want to put it there. Yeah. Now they say with your stickers you should always glue them down too, but since I'm going to be putting matte medium over this, I'm not too worried at the moment because that'll help seal it down. So we'll just put that one there, and then these guys can kind of play around it. There we go. I am too, Carrie, yeah. I really loved doing the one mermaid picture where she's holding the child. I just saw her floating in the water with the sunlight on her and the baby. So I had lots of fun with that one. In blues and greens, and of course some whites for some bubbles. A little bit of yellow to give highlight showing the sun. That turned to a lime green. I keep moving my stuff down beside me closer to cut, because it's a little unnatural for me to cut it way out here away from my body, but that's all right. It's doing just fine. There we go. This is actually filling up quite nicely for no, I don't want to hide that one too much. Put that there for now. But yeah, just kind of gradually filling up all of these. Yeah, that is down. That one's down. Maybe there. Actually, put it there. This one there. I'm trying to frame out the flamingos here. I've got another tallish one. That'll be good. I'm building up this page. This is my coral page in this book. I have several different ones. Dyed paper with purple dead nettles. Came out kind of green-gray. Oh, yes. I love weeds when you do jelly printing. And yes, View, you were right. Those were leaves on some of those jelly prints just out of the backyard. Throw them on the plate and roll away. The nice thing about those is you can get a couple of different imprints from them too. When you do that, they'll come off in the first takeoff, and you may get another print from them the second time round, just because of the pressure left on the gel print. This. Ooh. There we go. Getting there. So yeah, this is, I kind of bop back and forth between different things. Like I love my coloring, but this I can't do in front of the TV screen. Now you might think I'm cutting this arm off, but I'm not. I'm just cutting out this void, and then when it gets glued down, you won't even know that I cut into it. See? Just makes it easier than trying to fold it and try and not cut into it at all. It's gonna get glued down. It don't matter. That off. Go a little further down in here. Just turn the paper. There we go. And I think I want to go down in here too, in this one. There. That's better. I wanted to put that up higher. I think I'm just going to set that aside for a minute because it's getting lost. This one, yes. That's good. That there. Not more like that. This might be just too wide. I'm hiding my flamingos. He's down. He's down. Ooh, here's another one. Let's try this one. Didn't see this one a second ago. The only thing is all these little branches is what makes it look so skinny. I might have to paint it or use my alcohol marker to make it blue around the branches, because to fussy cut those would be a bit much, but that would work. I can do that, use my alcohol marker. I've done that before. Let's see if I can get a little more of this off. Give it, make it airier. Airier. More holes. Take that piece out. That wasn't much. That out. Out. Trying to be careful, you can cut the neck right off. Anybody still out there? I don't know why my computer keeps falling behind. But I hope you're all still out there listening to me anyways. But oh, that's another thing I meant to mention. Thank you everybody for helping me out, but I have made it to 1,000 hours of views. So I'm getting there. My lives have certainly helped my viewing hours go up. So I'm going to keep doing them. Try and get some different stuff going for you. You'll have to tell me if there's things that you want me to show you how I do or what I do. And I always love it when you come in and talk to me, and I've just got paper all over here, and we can have some. Yo! Nothing to worry about. Just my tape fell on the floor. Yeah, I always love it when you guys can come in here and chat with me, and we have some fun, and I love coming to visit. Thank you so much, Carrie, for coming by and seeing me. Yeah, you need to go mop your floors. Gosh, I've been here 2 hours already. Let me just get this down. I think that is gonna go there. We'll see. So I'm gonna continue doing more on my collage, probably, but I think I need to go and get some supper ready soon here, and thank you, View, thank you, Carrie. I love when we all get together and we can chat about what we do and how we do it and show each other lots of different things. So I'm going to close this book. I like this guy. I need to find a spot for this guy. You know, that looks like he belongs. I don't know if he's going to go in this book or not, though. These abandoned buildings. I just can't see him having something blowing him away inside one of these things. Here's another. Did that. Got one little locomotive in there. There's some really interesting views. View is an interesting lady, but there's some really interesting vistas and photography here that comes up. Gives me different ideas. Like, look at this. This is a set of coffins. That was a big ogre face. I thought would be looking good over that. That's an extra door. I just saw all this blue, and I like this door, so it got stuck there. Maybe Maybe he's behind the door. And he's being blown away by this view there. I might need to put him there. My Pokemon. And I forget what this is. I think that's out of that 1,000 things you can cut out. But I saw this in the distance. And I thought this would be very cool there. So yeah, just I get, here's my music house with the Supremes, Louis Armstrong, don't know who those two are, a couple characters from the Muppets. It's another opera area that I need to do. This picture here, other than the words, this was all gray, and I've just taken bits and pieces of magazines to make the vista here, which I really like. I really like the picture, how that came out with the sky and ice and rocks, and these are tents down here. Not exactly sure what I'm going to do with all of them. But yeah, it's fun to imagine what you can do with different images and how they get placed. There's a funny face. And I got a dog. Not sure what I'm going to do with that. But I got lots of room to play in. And yeah, I can put lots of things down. One of these days, I'll get to the end. Slide the book a little over this way. It's a pretty large book. It's hard to see all of it at one time. I'll just go back over that again where I'd gone through. You see here, I just painted this part out white. But it's a cool book. It's a cool book. Oh, I stuck duck heads on here because I thought these looked like ducks. But I think they're supposed to be angels and they're actually facing the other way. I thought when I first saw them they looked like ducks. I was trying to look for angles within the picture and angles within what I want to glue in to see how they line up, because it makes for a far more interesting picture. Like here's some lions on what I think is an old stove top. These are grungy old books. These guys are watching the lions. Oh, and this guy is watching them. Cockpit. I don't know what I'm going to do with that. I have to find something to maybe look in. Oh, look in the window. Where'd that little face go? All right. That's fine. There it is. Interesting. Not sure if that's what I want to do, though, but that can sit there for now. Oh, let me see. No, not there. But I have this other one. There's those kids. On the, oh, here's one you guys might like. Is my, the kitty cat picture. They're all looking down out the window over the ledge. But I'm trying to find the same one that had the kids in the airplane. think it's over here. This is a huge book. It's got lots of pictures in it. Here's an interesting one where I had water, and I just had decided to make people floating in it. Still going to extend that. Oh, I got a couple of boats here too, I think. I'm looking for the airplane. The plane. It's the plane. Here it is. Could I put them in there? No. That doesn't look quite right. That's what I like to try and do and see if I can put people in odd places. Anyways, I'm going to let you go. The name of this book? Oh, the name of this book is called Un-Naturalia, Reclaimed by Nature by Jonathan Jimenez. And I renamed it to be Un-Naturalia. And this is just like a straight glue book, but there's so many pages in here. If I have to, I'm going to do some reverse collage too. So this is just fun. Like this one here is reverse collage where I painted a lot of it out. This is the only, yeah, this image here is the only image that was original to this page. And this and this is actually the page, the book page, and everything else I added to it because I thought it looked like an undersea thing. So and then this had text on it, so I made it look similar to this page over here. Just pulled it over so I could make a little scene similar to this. Again, just blacked out this area. So this is all abandoned. The ladies had the abandoned books, but I found this one at the thrift store books, and it's just these really interesting pages. So I thought, well, this is a great thing to play with, and I have for a while. This is my pink page, what we were working on. So I want to say thank you for everybody coming by. It's getting a little late, and I've got a couple of things to do before I get supper started. So thanks again for coming by. If you're new here, thank you for finding me. And if you're not new here, thank you for coming back and putting up with me one more time. It's Jane from Living Skies Color Creative, and I hope you come back again real soon. Thanks, and bye now.